I've talked about anime on this channel before, but mainly that was to wax nostalgia about my love for the anime of yesteryear. I still love many anime from my childhood today, big thanks to Toonami and Adult Swim for getting me started all those years ago. But today I want to talk about a contemporary anime that's definitely kept my interest more than any other. That anime is Jujutsu Kaisen, and I can't wait to tell you about it, truth be told. First though, let me give you a fair warning. There will be spoilers in this video concerning the anime and the latest chapters of the manga. If you want to revisit the video once you've caught up on the anime, I completely understand. However, I promise that even with watching this video to completion, you will not regret checking out JJK in its entirety. JJK has been peaking lately, and it's in no small part due to where the manga is currently at. With the most anticipated one-on-one showdown in the entire anime currently underway, now's a fantastic time to hop on board and get caught up. While the anime itself does have a few slow and even tedious moments here and there, it really doesn't start slow. From the jump, JJK grabs your interest and holds on with a death grip. Immediately from episode 1 of the anime, we're introduced to this dark and foreboding world that exists alongside ours, explaining how evil spirits form from the negative emotions of humans and how they exist among us, haunting and harming humanity wherever they can. And that's where the primary good guy faction comes into play, known as Jujutsu Sorcerers. Now, I say good guy with quotations in mind because the world of JJK is riddled with shades of gray. The author really likes to subvert our expectations throughout JJK as well, and he does it in such a way that, as a fan, I rarely correctly predict what's going to happen next. And it's not just me, this is true for many other fans based on the numerous YouTube channels that cover JJK, and how their own predictions have been off on more than one occasion. If you've ever watched anime or read their manga counterparts for series like Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto, Bleach, etc., I think you'll find that the quality of JJK is right up there with any of those. And the animation, at least for the upcoming season 2 of the anime, is looking on an entirely different level. So with all that said, let's get into the most recent chapters of JJK and go over the incredible hype that I keep talking about. Now this is where the major spoilers will come into play, just as another warning. In the last few chapters of JJK, starting around chapter 223, we get to see a fully prepared Gojo Satoru talking with some of his allies as he heads to the top of a skyscraper. From here, he really only has one objective: to throw the first punch in his fight with the King of Curses himself, Ryomen Sukuna. You get these really great panels of Gojo arriving on top of the skyscraper to join his allies, who use their own curse techniques, often unique special powers they use throughout the series, to amplify Gojo's first attack. Anyway, enough of that, because what we get next is some of the darkest imagery in JJK and something that really displays the overall gray tones of the series. See, Gojo is speaking with one of his former superiors, at least in terms of ranking within the JJK society among sorcerers. While having this totally relaxed conversation, we're shown another panel, one where it appears someone, likely Gojo, killed all of the higher-ups mercilessly prior to this fight with Sukuna. It reminds me of the Boys universe, where a character like Homelander can be standing there smiling and laughing after having obliterated a room full of people just moments before. The big difference here is that Gojo's supposed to be the good guy. He's the strongest sorcerer in the modern era, and could possibly even defeat all other sorcerers at the same time. His only equal is Sukuna as far as we've been made aware, so we have this insanely powerful guy who is mostly good, but clearly operates on his own sense of morality. If he were to snap at any moment, it could be the end of the world as we know it. But he's our only real hope at defeating Sukuna, who is more blatantly evil and unabashedly evil at that. Anyway, flash forward, and this fight is so crazy. The fans are getting everything we could have asked for with this fight, and it's still ongoing with new chapters releasing every week or two. In the latest chapter, we saw Gojo survive an incredibly bad situation and do it in style. And it's here where I noticed yet another homage to Yu Yu Hakusho, where Gojo dashes forward and grabs hold of Sukuna to be able to get a solid hit in on him, using his curse technique. In Yu Yu Hakusho, Yusuke did something similar when fighting one of the later villains. He tore his shirt off after jumping in the water to dampen it and then wrapped it around his enemy's arm, effectively tying them together so that the enemy couldn't avoid Yusuke's blows anymore. And that's effectively what Gojo was doing here. And that's pretty much where we are. Do yourself a favor and check this series out while it's still hype. You can watch the anime dubbed or subbed on Crunchyroll, and I'm sure you can find other places to watch it if needed. Additionally, there are some fantastic YouTube channels that cover the manga with each new chapter that releases. They talk about the entire series overall, and they even lay out the manga from start to finish if you want to get caught up in that way. We also have Season 2 of the anime coming in something like 20 or less days at this point, and we have a new chapter of the manga dropping in the next week or so. That's so much JJK content for you to enjoy. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you'd like to see me cover more anime like this in the future. I'm still figuring out the direction I want to take this channel in, so your feedback is very much appreciated right now. Anyway, that's it for me. See you next time, family.